Hi everyone, Ryan here, Ion Capital Solutions. Hope you're doing well. Today I want to talk to you about an important topic. Many people make this mistake when you're new to sales calls, cold calling in general. You don't have to cold call, but when you do get on the phone with a client, inevitably, right, you have to end up on the phone with the client at one point or another. You can't hide behind your email or a text message or a message on social media, okay? But with that being said, many people just keep running their mouths and over promising and under delivering. You get this feeling of that you have to entertain the client, that you have to keep their attention, that you need to make promises up front or impress them in order to keep them on the phone and get them to send docs to you. When you go down that rabbit hole, it is a huge mistake. Huge mistake. Okay, so anyway, we're going to dive into this topic a little bit more. Let's get started. Okay, stop talking. Okay, is the message I want to get clear here. Okay, or get across to you here. This kind of thing is just off-putting to a client because all you're doing is filling their ear with information that they're going to forget as soon as they hang up the phone. They don't care. Even if you say something that's impressive to them, they're not being heard. So they're not connecting to you because they don't feel that you understand them. And every one of us just want to be understood. Is the psychological reality of the situation. They want to feel that you understand their situation, that you can help them, right? That you're invested, therefore they become invested in you. They feel they can rely on you because there's a connection. That cannot happen if you're just shooting your mouth off, as impressive as it might sound. Okay? Because the reality is you need to allow the client to help guide you towards the answers that you need, towards the questions that you need to ask. And you can't do that if you're talking. So be quiet. Okay? Let the client do the talking. Ask the right questions. Understand how to comprehend those answers. Because the reality is that's what you're doing. You're an information gatherer. You're getting answers to questions. When the lender looks at the file, they're going to have a million questions. If you didn't ask those questions up front with the client, you didn't do your job. You're not in the know of whether or not you have a deal. You're just submitting a deal to a lender blindly. Might as well go to 7-Eleven, buy a lottery ticket, scratch off ticket, whatever, hand them into the clerk and hope that your winning numbers come up. That's not a business model. That's not business loan brokering, okay? We need to get answers. We need to know the right questions to ask. We need to know how to comprehend those answers. And we cannot get answers to questions if we are not listening. We've got to be listening. Okay, when we talk to that client, and that client to us is not answering these qualifying questions that we're asking, well then how are we supposed to know what's available to them, if something's available to them, if they can even get funded, if this is worth our time, their time, let alone the lender's time? We don't. We need to qualify. That is the point of the phone call. Not to impress them, not to entertain them, not to overpromise and underdeliver and get them to send you documents. You're just wasting your time if that's your methodology. Because you want to look to qualify them and probably disqualify them. Because if they're not qualified, then what is the point? That's what the lender does. They're going to just try and disqualify the deal. If they find a reason, they're going to kill it and move on. Why? Because they're protecting their money. If you don't have that same mindset, you're not going to earn commissions. You're going to waste your time on files and talking to people and collecting documents, and round you go and the deal never funds. For those of you that are active, sound familiar? It's because there's not a process in play. It's just a numbers game that you're essentially playing, right? And what we do when we do that, we waste time. Endless time being wasted as a result. Now, our job is to make money, right? That's what all of us are doing in the world, right? But as loan brokers, if we want to make money, well, then we have to follow a certain process, and we have to narrow down to what's going to put money into our pocket, and we can only do that by disqualifying our clients, right? So listen. Now, if the client turns the conversation back at you, okay, and they want to learn more, they want to know how, right? Help them understand your value and redirect, right? The value of what I can provide to you is a quote for free, usually within 24 hours without pulling your credit, as long as you're forthcoming with docs to get you the answers you need. Okay? But in order to do that, I need you to answer these questions and then redirect, and it's time for them to talk. That is the way the call needs to go. Okay? And if you're unfamiliar with what questions to ask, well, then you need to know how. And I'm sorry, but the questions are not, how much money do you need? How much money are you grossing per month? Do you have any existing loans? What's your ownership percentage? How long have you been in business? Okay, fill out the app and send me the bank statements. That is not the questions that you need to ask. That is not nearly thorough enough. Okay? We need to dig in. Almost every single file that comes in on the business funding side, they're almost always not telling us the real accounting of what's going on. They almost always are not consistent with what the paperwork shows when the file comes in. So you need to put the pressure on, right? If it's business funding, have you defaulted on loans? You haven't defaulted. Let me ask you again. Have you defaulted on any loans? Did you recently take a loan, stop payments, whatever? Oh, well, I had a little bit of fraud in my bank account, so it's frozen right now, so I can't show you my business bank statements. That's not fraud. You agreed to a daily payment. You stopped payments and closed your account so they couldn't take money out of your account. Well, yeah, they kept going in and taking money without my permission. No, that's not true. You signed an ACH authorization form. They do have permission. It's called a cash advance, and you agreed to it. You signed the contract, probably a COJ, whatever else. I can't help you. You're a default merchant, right? If it's a real estate deal, right, and they want you to go based off of the value they believe that the property's worth, they don't want to consider doing an appraisal, or they have their own appraiser, or whatever it is, or they don't want to put money down and they're unfamiliar with the process. You have to put pressure on. Do you have the cash required for this project? It's roughly 30%. The lender's going to want to see it in liquid cash, escrow. Even we can eject cash out of equity if you need, whatever it is. Do you have experience working on projects like this and successfully borrowing and paying money back on time in the last couple of years? No, you don't. You don't know how this works. You don't have the cash. You don't have the property lined up. Next, get off the phone. That's the process. And there's more to it than that, but that's the know-how. And you got to pull out your calculator and work the numbers. That's the profession of business loan brokering. Okay. So anyway, if you want to learn more about that, there's plenty of videos on our YouTube channel talking about that. If you want to learn more about our program here at Ion Capital, all you have to do is schedule a call. You can click the link in the description, join our free Facebook group. There's lots of content online. You can visit us at ioncapitalsolutions.com. And if you could, I'd really appreciate it if you could like, share, subscribe, even turn on that notification bell as you follow along so you're up to date on any new videos that we release. I do post a video daily during the week. So anyway, it would really help out the channel. It would really help you in your loan brokering journey. Anyway, thank you so much for your time. Looking forward to meeting all of you. Don't be shy. Go ahead and reach out. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next video.